Major.starladder.com is where you can pick up some tickets for the various stages to come of the Major. Have a look at the website for all the details on that. Berlin, here is a nice place to come and visit if you're not from here. My first time here. Haven't had a look around yet, but I will be looking for some Flieger watches very, very soon. Now, the stats haven't changed too much. In fact, it feels like they've got slightly worse for CR4ZY. I suppose this is just for Dust2. And fnatic will be looking for revenge. They've got to be seething after a great effort on the comeback in that second half, but being pipped at the post by CR4ZY.
Well, CR4ZY, this is their map choice as well. So this is the scenario where they make the upset happen. You know, they win train, now they're moving on to their map pick, Dust2, and I mean, the thing is, obviously, fnatic are no strangers to Dust2. It's a pretty comfortable map for them as well. But I am really curious what we're going to see strategically from CR4ZY. And sort of, you know, I think it's interesting because they're such a bizarre team. I think Sean Gares captured it really well. I think Alex actually quoted him on the tweeters.
Daddy Grills.
Yeah, exactly, saying that they can be, you know, like individually weaker than the sum of the parts as a team. It's a bizarre one, but Dust2 is a map where the individuals can really shine. And given that Nexa had a great performance on that first map, I feel pretty confident that CR4ZY can make a really good go of this one. And I think also Hunter, you know, he had some great moments as well. I think I'm just trying to think, you know, across the individuals, like, you know, who am I expecting, you know, who's going to have to go and get the standout performances here on Dust2. And also, if we think about the matchup that we had between fnatic and Mouse Sports, they seemed to struggle there quite a lot, James. They couldn't find their flow. In the last map as well, on the T side, they also couldn't find their flow. They clearly had a game plan on that T side. It was their map choice. And that's the thing, like, typically when the team has a map choice, they have a prepared T side. Like, that's one of the reasons. Like, the T side is generally harder to play on most maps. So I was very surprised to see that they just struggled to get anything going.
Yeah, that T-side looked like fnatic didn't get enough sleep.
Well, right, yeah. I mean, they played it so slow and they just sort of were unable to accomplish anything.
Yeah, but there are plenty of energy drinks around, so they can play catch-up now. I expect that we will see a much better fnatic on both sides of Dust2. But CR4ZY have to be playing with excitement now, with a lack of pressure after a nice win like that. Great first half. T-side rough for both, but they overcame. Now we've got the headsets being popped on, the big over-ear headphones.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to JW here because he looks really good on that game of train. As soon as it switched to that CT side, he was hitting everything and looking like JW of old.
Twist got some key multi-frags for fnatic in that half as well, even though they lost the map. So there was promise from a number of different players on fnatic.
Yeah, their ability to play the double-up setup is actually really strong, that's for sure.
Dust2 will be a fresh start for the Swedes. We'll soon find out what side they'll start on. So Exist has a 10 keyless keyboard, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So he's got arrow keys, the page up, page down, and so on. So there's enough buttons for binds, but you don't have the numpad because you don't need it unless you're an accountant.
I'm all about the 10 keyless. Maybe I'll get one day.
65% is good as well. So it's like a 60%, but you have some arrow keys and you have like one column of keys on the right-hand side. So, well, I guess I won't say brands, but you can always ask me on Twitter, people, if you're interested. I have one with a Scrabble key set on it, 65%. I do enjoy the arrow keys, I must say, begrudgingly.
Yeah.
Since I think 11 of my 12 custom keyboards are all 60%, but one is 65. And I have one kindly given to me by Extrafy with my name on the back, which is really cool, which is in Los Angeles.
My girlfriend's using it.
Yeah.
Right
yeah. Dan's girlfriend uses my Extrafy keyboard for her gaming setup. I like to see things put to good use.
What are you anticipating here from the likes of fnatic, James, on Dust2?
I think we'll see a more even performance from them in a positive way, because obviously the T side didn't really hit the mark for them on train, but I don't think we would see that kind of thing. I mean, obviously it's a completely different map, but I think they'll be comfortable whether they pick the map or not.
All right. Well, one of the other players I've mentioned already. Twist and JW, but Exist, I think, is always a great performer as well, especially on the rifle game. And I'm looking forward to a more aggressive T side in general coming out of Fnatic. I want to see them sort of really get their juices going, James, on the sort of individual performances, create the chaos, thrive in the chaos. And we may see that immediately. Are they going towards Catwalk? It looks like they may be here, Crazy. And
oh yes, the HE up top mid, you love to see it! Through the smoke, more than 100 damage value. However, they need to convert on that. It's all good doing damage, but you've got to get the frags, you've got to win the round. Twist has a kit, Exist with a smoke and a flash. 3 players around this A bomb site. Exist is the one facing, can't really flash for himself, but I suppose he could throw it to his right-hand side. We see the setup grenades from Crazy, dropping a grenade down low, a flashbang up high. We've got a smoke to create some space for Exist. A beautiful one-tap, sees the bomb. That can be a full rotation now. They're walking into an almost crossfire. You can see Twist is on long, and Crazy, are they going to go for a boost? They've taken Exist out and JW on the rotation. We've got Brolan making his way towards B bomb site, and there's still Twist and Crims with a double peek. The bomb being planted, as let's call it bad plant, hardest one to defend for the T side. But they've got a numbers advantage for now. It doesn't last very long. 2 versus 2 Esperanto and CT spawn. There'll be an exchange. Not favorable for him, though. Otton's got to be very, very, very careful. Trying to show a little presence. 1v1 now. 4 HP for Esperanto, but going for the headshot. Crims will finish him off. Picks up the kid as well, and that will be a nice round for Fnatic.
yeah, given how close this was, that nade was money up Catwalk. The 142 nade timing there. It's going to be interesting to see if that persists. Crazy on the back foot. They did get the bomb down though, so that they do have the option for a force. But we'll see what. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for that. Yeah, they've got the AK on Hunter. Yes, AK on Esperanto as well. So this is quite scary actually, especially if they go for the long take straight away. That's like one good thing you can do, just to always just keep that pressure on the CTs. You force them to defend Catwalk if they don't decide to go for the full commit to the defense of that long position. And it looks like Crazy are just playing it fairly relaxed though. They're not trying to bum rush in towards that position just yet.
This is a huge second round buy.
Yep.
2 AKs, everybody with Kevlar. You've got a reasonable level of grenades as well. You've got the Scout on Otton and the UMP. That's beautiful. Start with the Deagle, of course, and that's another weapon to be collected now. 1 player spotted by the car. And they've got Molotovs for this position. Well, they've got 1 on Hunter. The smoke will create some space, but he walks into the Scout of Otton, and this is a bad start for Fnatic. Familiar story if you think about Train. Double smokes across and pre-fire from JW. Crims will finish off the job. Letney looking for rotation, but Brennan will take him out. So there's still a chance here for Fnatic. Crims has got possession of short. That's a beautiful shot from him. And there are grenades as well for the A bomb site, with JW still lurking. Nice shots, some harassment there. Not big damage, but still a problem for Crazy to deal with. They'll take Crims out on short, but they won't be expecting a second play there. But he doesn't have the range with the UMP, but JW still there. A problem from start to finish, and Fnatic hold a very difficult round.
Yeah, I would imagine that Crazy will surely go for another force buy here. They did a lot of damage. They got the bomb down. And this is really important. I love that they're doing this and just focusing on pressure, because the longer you keep the AWPs out of the hands of the CTs, it just it allows you to have so many more options on your T side. For example, you can get fast timings down middle, just run down suicide. You don't have to worry about them not being there. You can take a long and A more effectively, because again, you don't have to worry about the AWP being there. It just allows you to have a lot better rounds by just keeping the money away from the CTs. And there will be a Scout and Twist, but that's it as far as these snipers go.
Crazy have indeed gone for the force buy, and their buys get progressively better. Double Krieg, although Otton's fired 1 shot, now Fnatic know that the force buy is confirmed. Unlikely to be a hero AK, I think, or hero rifle in a map such as Dust2. So far, so good though for Brolan, and that smoke will create some variance, but Hunter will trade. Very, very important. Esperanto gets a juicy upgrade now. Thank you for his teammate, Nexa. Nice response from JW. The idea was good, but Letney, late mover through towards B, will take him out. Crims will hold down the double doors for now, but 3 players alive for Fnatic, one of which is on a Scout. This is not an ideal situation for them. Esperanto's crossed the doors already. If Crims was going to peek that, he won't get the info, but he'll just stay tight to the door. So wherever Crazy choose to go, they may only have 1 person to deal with.
1 minute to go, plenty of time. This position might be quite annoying. Otto with that. Krieg looking to find some success out of long, but again, this has been spotted now. He doesn't get a frag from that. That is a huge problem. And now they have the A-bomb site. Esperanto's holding down the short position. And the headshot doesn't go his way. In fact, Crims just sprays him down. Doesn't take any damage. Crims is looking pretty scary, I have to say, so far on Dust2. He's been very decisive in all of his engagements.
fnatic showed some presence on short, and it seems they will reposition. They're not sure that the commitment is towards the A-bomb site just yet, but the beeps will confirm that, and Crims will go back to short. He's got Fist on the low ground. Oh dear, through the car window, Otton gets taken out. Very penetrable, that car. Letney trying to creep towards the short area. Crims has been taken out. Twisty just about hasn't seen his head, or has he? There we go. That's a huge round for Crazy, and the 4 spies will lead to fruition finally. That'll be very costly for fnatic. They had some money to share the wealth at the beginning of this round, but I think the next round will look very different.
Not bad, not bad. This is a lovely little Deagle shot. The Deagles have been converted on pretty well on these spies, 4 spies. Twist. He's so good, James. He's so scary, but not this time. Not this time. Good start for Crazy. Again, I can't really emphasize enough how important it is to keep the pressure up on the CT economy, because once it breaks, it just gets... You get into a position where you just are unable to... Like, the T's have so much more strength in taking the initiative, and fnatic trying to do what they can with double scout. The 1 org. There's scary stuff here, facing the scout, but they look like they are having quite the time of it.
The curse of the QQ.
Lurk smoke, ready to be deployed. So pretty high value smoke, that one. Keeps a lot of attention. The CTs are worried if there's more grenades being set up behind it for an A set piece. Crazy going for mid-pressure hit.
You wonder about time now for Crazy. They start to move through the mid position, but it's a good angle for Crims. Oh, that's a... Oh, I thought he had a headshot there, but apparently not. He did collide with the grenade, which is a nice clue for Crazy. Austin with an off angle with the P250, gets himself a little upgrade, and the B-bomb site will be cleared. Not much for fnatic to do now, especially with a scout and 2 HP. A failed 4 spy from the Swedes. I'll try to hold on to what they have. Exist carrying $1,700. He will quietly move away. I say quietly, but he did jump. I don't think he was hurt, but Crazy don't need to hunt necessarily. Well, nervous times now if you're a fnatic fan.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, what a headshot. And one from Exist as well. They know where the last player is. Don't have to really hunt him down. He's only got a Deagle. Yeah,
they've got no flashes, and if he takes the first player out, Letney's in the red.
I mean, they don't have money. They really shouldn't go for this. Yikes. Okay, well, the interesting thing here as well now is that we get into this territory where, okay, yep, fnatic finally have to go for a save. And this is where things can get really out of hand for the CT side, because on the T side, you get to really get into their head by, you know, maybe you go for a bunch of long takes, you sort of force them to, you know, have to defend long and having players there, which then opens up other positions on the map at that early timing, which you can then decide to exploit at your will. Like, you can really start to condition them. And so that's why it's so strong to be in a position like this. And given that Crazy have had some really good decisive movements as a team on this map so far, it's pretty encouraging. Nice push coming in from fnatic in the middle spot though, and they will get 1, but here comes the rest of Crazy to punish. And looks like it's just Brolan left.
Yeah, this will be a brief one. The Noble USP. Kind of reminds me of GoldenEye 64, even though it wasn't a thing in GoldenEye. I feel like I should bring an N64 to hotel travel. Who needs a Switch dock when you can play Mario Kart, eh? 64.
There must be ports for all those games at this point on the Switch.
I would smash anybody at that game, and I'd pick Wario, and I'd crush. Just putting that out there. fnatic are back on the buy. Again, the AWP has been missing for them. Their money hasn't been in the right place. They have $50 across 5 people after the buy. That is pretty rough for them, but maybe Crims has found himself some nice timing. You can see he's concerned about the lower tunnel. Letney's taken out, but of course the rattle of his gun will run distraction. Actually, perfect play from JW. Again, that experience paying off movement between two players, putting fnatic in a very strong position. CR4ZY have not made any inroads anywhere. And look at the push from fnatic. Look at the activity on the minimap. They've taken B tunnel. So CR4ZY could only be mid or outside long door at the moment, or T-spawn. This is very, very limiting and pretty damn awesome. JW's got a very strong angle, which all but guarantees a frag. Broland's moving in to look towards lower tunnel as well. Sorry, to look towards a short position. So this is a brutal round from fnatic. Exactly what they needed. They were very light on utility. Oh, the elbow spotted just before Otton peaks. He will get nothing from this.
They really need at least 2 or 3 kills somehow. They've got to find that. There's almost no nades left on fnatic, so that's actually a huge plus. But killing Crims will be very difficult. I mean, he's notoriously difficult to deal with. He's playing that ramp position. Otto's trying to get himself deeper and deeper. Eventually, Crims will spot him. And another spot where Otto is unable to find the angle in time. And that's 5 players surviving. That's an AWP collected, all off the back of that aggression from fnatic. And I feel like it's interesting because you don't have many options to aggress on this map. But the catwalk push is one of the classics. And they really made that play sing for them. CR4ZY did not anticipate it.
That was beautiful. Beautiful from fnatic. And you have to credit the team play between Crims and JW as well. Crims in a very tight spot after that first frag with the second player lower tunnel, but JW knows to play off of his teammate. With a CT top mid, you've got to focus on that player. You've got to have fear there, which allows JW to walk through the doors for free. But just the overall activity from fnatic, even after that, the proactiveness to move through the B tunnels, to have the off angles, to limit where CR4ZY can go. Really awesome stuff. JW comes in, spots the barrel of the gun. Then the off angle, Esperanto is in a horrible situation. There's no good peek for him there. Really nice stuff from fnatic. A great response to a difficult start on Dust2. He didn't manage to pick up an AWP though towards the end of the round. But there will be one for CR4ZY.
So interestingly, we've yet to see fast long takes from CR4ZY. It's something that's pretty awesome because you can force engagements and force the CTs to invest a lot if they choose to defend it. And you can kind of guarantee some action at the beginning of the round. So I wonder if we'll see that a little bit later. It'll be a delayed long take here, so it'll be an A split coming in from CR4ZY. So it's all about this long defense, especially considering that there's actually nobody on the A site right now.
Yeah, no one on the A site means that there's nobody to flash for the players on long, so it's an unorthodox hold in that respect. Crims is moving into the boost position, it seems, but he's still not in a position to really flash for these players, and he would be exposed to the short push, which is coming in from Hunter and Letney. So this is a very awkward situation for fnatic. Twist are going to have to play the bait. He's got one flash he could throw high. They run into Exist, so a simple bait and switch works so far. The bomb's exposed now as well, but again, it's still awkward if the player's pushing the short position. fnatic are out of position for the most part, but again, they do have possession of this bomb. Twist has a superior angle because Otton is closer to the point of engagement. So his body will be showing. So this looks like a disaster for CR4ZY. Otton wondering about a flank, and there is one coming in. It seems the round is probably going to be won by one of these teams in this long position. Still a crossfire for the CTs, and it goes from bad to worse as JW's top mid. There's an AWP later on if he wants it, but he's choosing to reposition for now. Looking for the remainder of the players who are stuck on the A bomb site with 13 seconds. Very little cover for them. AWP's been collected by Twist, who starts to look towards the A site. So it's another round down the toilet for CR4ZY, where fnatic are going to have 5 people surviving once again.
Yeah, another thing about those long engagements from fnatic is they... Oh, hello, Hunter.
Okay.
Gets 2 kills at the end. But another detail there is that fnatic took all the right eye peaks. Like they had a right eye peak on like every single engagement, which really makes a difference when you're playing a game of reactions. So it's going really well for them. And again, I think as far as CR4ZY are concerned, if they're going to be thinking about long, they might want to try to throw a fast one in there in their next attempt. And fnatic have been showing that they're willing to keep 2 players on long. Do I have time to go into ES? Just about. So one of the things that you do by delaying your long take is that typically what happens is the CTs will put 3 towards long at the beginning, maybe just 2, and then once you sort of have established that there's no rush timing, then you just leave one guy there. And fnatic didn't do that. They kept 2 players in the pit position, which was wholly unexpected and is very unexpected. So that's a stroke of genius there from them. Looks like a straight B rush comes in. It's the Galil of all weapons, and Broadland's close. He has to get a huge spray down. He has 3. Can't be the 4th, but it is enough, I think. And right now, it's Lenny. He's alone on this bomb site. He can't even make it across, and Crimson knows it. And he's going to take the fight, and he's going to win it, of course. And Nexus left in mid with nothing.
Another catastrophe. This would be 3 in a row unless Nexus can do something. But with a Glock, unlikely. Surrounded. Triangle of Doom for fnatic. A beautiful hold on the B bomb site. And fnatic moved to 5. The last 2 rounds, they've lost 2 players. But that's okay. That's all right. Bro fist by force towards the end there.
Chris actually seems annoyed by it, generally.
This is a fantastic hold by Broadland. Much more than you could ask, much more than is reasonable, but so important for fnatic as they look to rebuild their economy and their confidence in this best-of-3 series. Speaking of confidence, CR4ZY have had 3 very difficult rounds where the game's been taken away from them in the first 2, and then Broadland just with an excellent hold. If you run that 5 times, Broadland maybe gets a 3K there once. So that will play in the back of the minds of the CR4ZY players.
Yeah, I think something else about these CT rounds from fnatic is that they've been positioning themselves really, really well. And again, like CR4ZY have been trying to do the right things, but not really being successful so far. And they may have to, switch up the pace a little bit. And there's a variety of ways you can do that. We'll have to see if they go for a default here or if they'll try to speed things up. All right, so actually 4 players going to the tunnels here. So this, are they going to go for a B push? What is the business? I guess it'll just end up being a default here. The Xbox smoke is there, so would expect them to be up on catwalk around 115 or so. Can also try to walk out mid and see if you suspect that the CTs have sort of been playing, straight 2-3. And fnatic having some rounds, mid is for free, and they're testing that, and they're actually discovering that, hey, actually, yeah, mid is for free, and there's a double smoke to prevent any shenanigans.
JW having a look by the door. He's got Broadland for help. We've got grenades going over the top from the B bomb site. Crim's got to be really careful, but he is holding CR4ZY in this position because they're afraid of the flank, and that's going to delay things. In the meantime, Otton gets taken out in the tunnel. He's the only person there, but Nexus by the window. That's going to cause problems for Broadland. He's in the red. He's dead, and there's a bomb site taken. The bomb will be dropped in the site, despite Nexus getting shot in the back. And there are all the flags flying through. Hunter looking important. Another multi-frag round for him. Even in some of the rounds they've lost, he got some late frags, which were important to economical impact to their opponent. A difficult round for CR4ZY, but they've taken a lot of money away from fnatic.
Absolutely. What a beautiful flank coming in from Hunter there, off the catwalk position, and that's the way you want to do it. It's actually quite interesting because it seems as though, again, fnatic just knew that the beast that was coming, and that made that flank even more important and powerful. And so here we go, faster timing coming in from Hunter. He had the spawn, goes to the long pick, doesn't make it happen, but they see only 1 player there. Now, do they realize that catwalk is the name of the game here for fnatic? We'll soon see that. Xbox smoke can betray you sometimes, as it does allow some cover for the CTs, and they'll use it and then get out of dodge. Esperanto will hear them running away. In goes Esperanto. Will there be a pop flash for him? That would be really lovely. If he's going to peek by himself, please have a pop flash because, well...
Well, this is the problem. We saw this yesterday from CR4ZY. The anti-ecos leave something to be desired. They've given a rifle up just from not using... Look at all the utility they bought. They've chosen not to use it, and they've afforded fnatic a way back into this round with the flashbang. They do have position should they go towards the B bomb site, but these kind of errors could cost them in the long run. Got a spray from Twist from the A bomb site. Won't hit much of anything. And fnatic will feel very vulnerable on this A bomb site. Nice shot from Broadland, and there's another rifle to be collected. So they have one of the choke points into the B bomb site. Should they want to go for this, then maybe there's a way in. But on the flip side, they've got 2 AKs to try and save. Make it 1. I don't know if Exist can retrieve that. He's pretty close, actually. No one's spotting. Or are they? It seems that they are. Make it 1 rifle. Broadland will move away. But again, these kind of errors from CR4ZY, this lack of polish in rounds such as this. Again, it's early, so you would rather it happen now than later. But if it happens later, who knows what happens afterwards?
Yeah, I mean, he had 2 teammates in middle, so it's kind of strange not to pop flash it, especially when you know that there's one there at least. I mean, it might have been the case that he he understood that, okay, there's one guy there, and is just thinking that there's one, and of course doesn't know that there's two. But even still, if it is just one, you do want to throw the pop flash if you have it. I don't know if they were lacking grenades or something. I shouldn't imagine that's the case. But yeah, that could have been a little bit more clean. But either way, they get the W. It's 5-5. And overall, I think Crazy have been good at keeping the AWPs out of the hands of fnatic. If we get to a spot where Twist and JW have an AWP, it will be a very different game. And it will be just Twist on the AWP at this point in time. Also, will be unable to make the pick on all the gap shots as he looks for a push on Catwalk. And interestingly, fnatic, they're playing a 2-on-2 at the moment, completely giving up long. And Crazy will take long control. So it looks like Crazy are thinking about a potential split onto the A-bomb side. We'll have to see if they will commit to this. Catwalk will be a pretty big problem. If they can't win Catwalk, it's unlikely the round will be won for them. Twist is there with the AWP. If they're able to force Twist away, again, you typically see a Molotov or a Flash to deal with this position. And of course, there is also Exist, who's playing with Twist. These two-man setups on Catwalk can be very strong. Crazy is sitting on long control. They're not moving a muscle here, so Fnatic asks questions, and that pop flash is going to really give a great result there to Fnatic.
Yeah, and now that gives them a stronghold to defend the A bomb site from. They can throw flashes for Twist from that position. Always nice to peek standing on this box to look down long. More likely to get legs, but Oton could have a flick. He's got the angle. You can see them creeping up now, Crazy. They've got to get their skates on before these smokes dissipate, and it seems like those smokes are about to. And now the problems will be compounded for them. Two CTs on the site, head spotted, head swatted. Can't get the flick on the second play, but JW's here. 25 seconds. There's bomb plant pressure in this 2 versus 4 for Crazy. That's a huge frag. Maybe now they can plant the bomb, looking for something else, playing to win the round rather than just plant the bomb. Invites one, doesn't quite get the frag though. Oton's got to commit to the bomb plant here, 10 seconds on the clock. He's got 1 versus 1. If that smoke goes, he could maybe catch Exist. We've got Crims creeping as well. The problems get worse. There's a big flick, but a big trade for Fnatic, and they will go 6-5.
I gotta say, James, I really think that peak from Esperanto is kind of crazy because, I mean, you're getting 1v1. It's a 2 versus 3, and you're creating a situation where you can't play off your teammate. And if you die, as he did, obviously that's the round over, basically, as opposed to being able to play with your teammates. So I do find that move a little bit crazy.
I don't think there's a clear wrong decision there. It was 2 versus 4 at the time, I think. Well,
it was 2v3.
Okay, well, either way, I think he's trying to give themselves more of a fighting chance after planting the bomb by going for the frag. So I don't think there's like a... I think both are viable with different levels of risk. But he's playing for the overall W there. There's a trade in the mid position, and it will go in favor of the Crazy team. 4 versus 3 as they go for the usual smokes towards the B bomb site. JW's in trouble. He's in B alone, and we might need a push from Fnatic through this smoke, but there's no one here to challenge it. They don't know that, of course. So maybe they don't risk it, but they are the kind of team where it wouldn't surprise me. Looking to boost at the moment. JW having a look over the smoke. He sees so many targets, but he can't pull the trigger. And it might be safe territory for Fnatic. Their money is in ruins at the moment. And indeed, they'll have to turn tail and run, collect some utility on the way. Just scoop up, hoover up anything that there is to collect, and away they go. So Crazy keep it close, but they have a slight edge now in terms of money.
Yeah, those fast mid pushes are really scary. It's hard to predict when they're going to come in, and Crazy found a really good timing for that. And they really needed a cleanish round here. Their money is not great either. So this is a real turning point. Crazy will make their way to 6, and as you say, you know, Fnatic won't be playing with all that much in the next round. They have to save weapons, but they won't have too much else with that. Crazy, can they really do this? They won map 1 if you missed it on Trainer, which was Fnatic's pick, and this is the pick of Crazy, Dust2. So the saved AWP of Twist, James, just if we ignore that there's another rifle along with that in the hands of an Exist, that in of itself is quite scary. Oh, they're actually, are they forcing this up? Exist just dropped a FAMAS. Okay, so Brawler has $600, Exist has $500, Crims and JW haven't spent anything, really. It's kind of a confusing situation, but we'll see if it works out for them. Crims will get taken down, so will Exist. Very surprising stuff here.
Yeah, that's a big problem, but they can still turn this around. They have some potential range if Twist can get into position with this AWP. He'll take Hunter out at close range by the double doors of mid. And Crazy, now they know where the AWP is, they start to move towards the A bomb site. But Twist is rotating quickly. He may need a boost, however. JW going for a run of the USP. Not too much lost there, but it's always good to have extra people. Twist up, takes a shot, falls back down again. And it seems they will re-aggress. Crazy, they're just kind of edging forward and they're giving opportunities for a 1v1, but Next will win that one. Very, very important. Brolan out of position now. We'll have to turn tail and run to try to hold on to what he has. See if he tries to rescue anything. AK is a nice upgrade from a French gun. But it will be Crazy moving to 7 to the 6 of fnatic.
Yes, it's a weird one. I'm just trying to work out what the situation on their money was, because it was like they bought but kind of didn't commit to it, which is kind of strange. As Twist could have dropped another rifle. If they're really buying into it, like Twist could have dropped another rifle. JW could have bought some cavalry nades or something like that and picked up that rifle. You know, it just seemed a bit odd. Now their money's all weird, and Crazy are looking pretty good at the moment. They'll be fighting against a fnatic that doesn't have too much to work with here. fnatic need another save. So we'll see a light half buy. But they shouldn't really be able to do too much against Crazy here. They won't really have the equipment to do so. Just doing what he can with the AWP, but is frankly far too awkward. And here we go. Crazy, looking like they should be finishing this half with a 9-6 in theory. Next, a very talkative individual. A lot of experience in the leadership role at this point. Looks a little unsure about that fist bump there.
I like the double fist bumps coming out from Crazy. Again, still in a strong position to do something really impressive here. A map up versus fnatic already. Dust2 is a map open to variance. So this is not a great round for fnatic. An AK on Brolan. That's about it. Not much more to shout about, although they've got some flashbangs which could be key. We've got a short boost for Brolan, but Oton is ready for the angle. He's got players in the lower tunnel as well. And I think they may try to boost him. All right, well, there was an attempt, and there needs to be an attempt. At least a gun will be rescued. And Twist will fall back, try and rotate it elsewhere, perhaps. Okay, so he can play... Oh, okay, he's got Exist with a flashbang. And it looks like they will go for a flash play. They've got a sound cue, beautiful stuff. They heard a flash play from Crazy into short, and there is a response from Twist. Flashbangs can be so crucial. Oh, another cue press. Letney having a look around the smoke. But if he keeps peeking, this could be troublesome. An opportunity for Crims, but Letney's able to escape. He has some range now. See if Crims goes deep. Otton's here also, but he's so close with the Deagle. He's still got 5 bullets. He could spam these players. He's just quietly walking away. There we go. He's done one. Now, they know where 2 of the last players are, but JW doesn't have much to fight with, and it will be number 8. A slow round, but a strong round from Crazy.
Yeah, and they'll have a really big buy now for fnatic. They'll have the AWP on to Twist once again, and they'll give themselves a really good chance at this final round. But Crazy have been winning all the previous ones. That the money has been so screwed up for fnatic that they've been unable to really find good options. So, this is really important. I think, Crazy, I think they're going to struggle on the CT side against fnatic. Every single round they can get, and we might have a fast timing down middle, which would be awesome to see. It's so powerful, and it would work out really well here. You can see there's a catwalk set up here from fnatic, so that they've completely voided the middle position. So Letney can apply some pressure with the smoke grenades. Oh my god, Crims is going to get a double, spraying into the doors, James. We didn't even see it really.
They'll take it.
Deleted 2 players.
Much needed for fnatic, looking for a 7th round in a good spot. Beautiful angle from JW, and surely that crushes the round again. fnatic have been good at just 2-man plays where one person gets a frag, the other person plays off the distraction. And that's helped him get these 6 rounds so far. Otton's in a really rough spot now, looking for an ace. Trying to get a bit of leg. Twist is going to be finished off. But while that's happening, while that duel is happening, of course, fnatic will move into more aggressive positions around the map. So things get more difficult for Otton. He has 1 minute to play with, though, quietly moving towards the A side, but he's going to get caught with his knife out. Still alive, though. But again, The CTs continue to reposition. JW dropping some flashes. Noton's trapped in CT spawn at the moment. 45 seconds for him. We've got Crims moving up the short area, so moving to A is unlikely, but he's got another frag. Finally, the trade is there. And that is half time, 8-7. Nothing between these two teams apart from one round.
So we're back, and fnatic, they've got a very scary prospect on their hands. They are trailing by 1 round into this second half, and Crazy looking kind of dangerous. We definitely see a lack of polish here and there from Crazy, but they have the skill to really threaten fnatic and their chances as one of the favorites at this event. And I was actually worried at that last round because they were struggling a little bit to take down Otto, but moving into the second half, it's really anyone's. I feel like fnatic pulled out a lot of pretty surprising rounds with just really high-level play on their CT side, like performing very well even though they had very little. And I don't know that I would be as confident to see Crazy be able to do quite the same things, but if Crazy get a good start, I could absolutely see them running away with things, especially if Otto's solid on this AWP on this CT side.
All to play for fnatic. Much coming back to do. Exist and Crims will be the grenade men for the side. Crims has got a P250 as well. For that extra range for the one-shots. And some grenades will be offered towards the B-bomb. Site Hunter drops the HE in case of a quick push. So fnatic have got rid of some of the utility, but the bomb seems to be heading towards A. I think they may have got some sound cues. You can see some quick repositioning from Crazy. 3 players around that A-bomb site. Not too concerned with long at the moment, but Nex has gone to have a look. So fnatic have pushed Crazy back on A, and it seems they may position for a split of the B-bomb site. Exist has a smoke, which is soon to deploy. And it seems the bomb will be in tow through CT. So we've got a 5v2 situation unless Esperanto can get working, and Letney gets taken out towards B.
Hunter with a good timing though, out the doors, able to do 2 players in straight away with the USP. This is a fantastic series of frags from him. He's got the high flash as well for his teammates to start pushing the issue, and Twist is in trouble, but he's able to defend just for a moment until Esperanto comes in, and Nexa as well. What an effort from Hunter though, that was phenomenal, and they needed that badly.
That first frag was awesome from Hunter. A really big snap to the face, and that's a huge pistol round. You can see what it means to the team. Great momentum in their second half. They know they've got a big opportunity and a huge scalp to take in fnatic. Great play from Hunter. That's a huge 3K from him. Did a fantastic job. Because he's waiting for his teammates to finish off his release of energy, but that's only 1 round. There's plenty more CS to come. fnatic won't go for the force buy. It will be the odd Desert Eagle purchase, a flash and a smoke from the Swedish side. Crazy will have some M4s early. Hunter will be rewarded for all those frags with a silenced M4A1S. S for silenced. Although they are a little louder in real life, these silencers. They don't dampen the sound too much. Not quite like the movies.
It's Crazy with a typical 2-3 setup. From spinning the Deeg. This is quite an expected play to go for the catwalk push when you just have pistols. It's very easy to anticipate, so it should be easy to clean up for Crazy. And Esperanto's close actually with the MP9, so ooh, okay, well that's okay. Oh, this is very problematic, very exposed Otto against multiple players, James. This is not the way you defend this one, and Crazy are at huge risk of losing this round, especially we've seen what JW can do from positions like this with the Deagle. And Bronner's picked himself up the MP9 as well, so this is extremely scary, and Letty's looking at the double doors. And problems are being had here. Hunter has to get his gun back out again. It's looking pretty scrappy at this point.
They've got a Molotov though on Nexa. That could be used to take Brian out. He might not even be able to peek in time. The flames will finish him off. JW around the smoke again. Same position with the Deagle, but this time he does not have the same success. You can see the frustration. I saw a fist raise, not sure where it landed. But it's another round in the bag, and Fnatic have got to start feeling the pressure now. Bro, there we go. Yeah, this is... it's getting difficult for Fnatic, but a bomb plant's a big bonus for them and allows them to have the AWP early on Twist here on their T side. We've got a Krieg or two for Brolan and Crims. So now everything must change for Fnatic. Just like on their CT side, Crazy won't start with a sniper rifle and Fnatic won't want to give theirs to them. Twist will spot mid while they go for a very fast play towards the short position. They'll see that there are no CTs there. It is unchallenged, and it seems they will take interest in long as well, Fnatic. If they could take both, it would be a pretty difficult round for Crazy. A big flashbang there, but Crims is the one taking most of the damage, as Otton already had the angle.
So interestingly, Crazy decided to start with 3 players towards B at the beginning of the round, maybe anticipating a fast B or B split. And this is very risky there. You've got to be careful. The orb's out and about, and Esperanto can't peek those angles for free. It finds the information, though, that Fnatic are setting up around Catwalk. But that can really mean anything on this map. Typically, what will then happen is you'll see maybe a lurk smoke thrown from this position. And that will sort of convince Crazy, or any CT side really, to have to respect that smoke and maybe keep 3 players towards A. And then the B split becomes quite strong as well. So lots of options once you have Catwalk. And speaking of options, looks like Fnatic will go for a long, although a fresh smoke might make things a little bit slower for them.
That cyber sign is amusing to me. Because of what that word used to mean. You want a cyber. Nexa looking to hold down this position. He's got teammates. Well, Otton can help him. He doesn't have a flash, but Esperanto's holding the flash. But Esperanto holding the flash means that he can't really deal with a short position. There goes the flash. There's a double peek. Doesn't quite work out for Crazy. In the meantime, we've got a push from Fnatic in that short position, and Esperanto will get taken out. So this is really rough for Crazy. That was the bomb on long. They can't stop it. So Fnatic do indeed take both angles, but there's still time for Crazy. There's 8 seconds on the clock for this bomb to get planted, and Hunter is pretty damn close, but he will be stopped. Is the bomb going to get planted just in time? You started to wonder. Letney 1 versus 3. 2 players are very heavily tagged. Don't know if he'll go for it. He was pretty far towards the B bomb site. Not sure what he was doing over there. Guess they hadn't seen the bomb for the longest time, but it seems he will have a look. He doesn't have a kit, though. So just a cursory look. Maybe if he was gifted a frag in that position, he'd be more inclined to go for it, but they have been outmaneuvered by Fnatic. And it will be round number 8 for the Swedes.
Yeah, great round from Fnatic. Entry fragging really effectively. And Crazy not having quite as strong of a CT defense on long as Fnatic did. And that could be a tell as to what Fnatic will opt to go for in the future rounds, because I believe there was effectively 3 players there to defend that for the CT side. Sure, one of them was on the A side, but that's great as far as the support flashbangs go. But you can see there's 2 players there. Twist is able to deal with 1, and they easily finish off Nexa as well in the pit position. So there's definitely something that's worrying. If you need to be able to hold on to the long position, or at least do a little bit more damage. So Fnatic probably feel like they have a world of options available to them now, and especially that when the money gets low for the CTs, you start being able to make even more plays, as you don't have to worry about the AWPs. So you can get fast timings down mid. That's always a fun one. Or even fast timings into Catwalk can also be quite deadly.
Right. 2 rounds in it. But again, all eyes on Fnatic. A map down at the moment. They've broken the money of Crazy. But a scout can be dangerous. So can an Orc. There's plenty of utility, but that's a beautiful flick from Twist. He takes 2 grenades, survives with 4 HP, and he's got the right tool for the job in that respect. There's a boatload of utility for fnatic. There are still some smokes for Crazy, but they've lost all their flashes, so any forward plays on short or otherwise will have to be done the hard way. Letney with the Org, the big weapon now for Crazy. He's got a smoke which he could throw over that box. In the meantime, Otton's taken out. So 5 versus 3, and perhaps it's time to start thinking about saving for Crazy, although JW will, of course, look to harass. Won't quite get the angle on Letney with the Org, and maybe he'll be able to survive. fnatic now moving over towards the A site. They know the main danger is on B. Wait the smoke out a little bit. Crims will lead the charge. And there's nobody on the A site, so we can, again, it's safe territory for Crazy with this Org. Esperanto may be able to pick something up. Well, that's a big collection, actually.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that they didn't just say, hey, you know what, let's just get the AK towards B and just save. But he went straight for a play into mid, killed the AWP up, and now has the AWP. So I guess that worked out a bit better. However, the situation is going to be 9-10 coming up for fnatic. fnatic look very solid here so far. Crazy going to have to offer up a bit more, and it's pretty difficult on this map. It's pretty difficult on this map because you don't get too many aggressive options on the CT side like you would on a Mirage or a Cash or whatever it might be. So even Inferno, you can get you can get more aggressive because you can take banana control. Whereas on this map, you can't really do too much. Like a catwalk push, maybe, of the likes we saw from Crims and JW in the first half. But there's not, eventually you can also get maybe tunnels pushes, but you have to be fairly sure that the Ts aren't actually going to be waiting for you if you go for that. So there's a lot of risk on all the pushes here for the CT side, which means that you can't take the initiative too much. So you have to get good reads, and you have to have good setups, and you have to defend and hit your shots correctly. And that's a lot to ask sometimes against a really good T side on this map. Here comes a long take from fnatic.
Streaming out into that long position. Very nice area to take, but it won't be over-committed too long. In that sense, they have map control. JW can stop a rotation towards short, but Letney's already on short with this Org. So still a dangerous round for fnatic. They need to identify where the AWP is and where the Org is. And they don't have any information just yet. Letney's looking for a boost behind that box, but JW is the only person down there, so that's not going to come anytime soon. Twist looking for an information play. fnatic have time to work with here. JW, you can see he's heard the jumping past the door, so he has some information that there are more CTs towards the A-bomb site, but not sure how many, and indeed, Otton goes back. JW's in a strong position to take him out. That's some nice real estate. Will make Crazy feel a little vulnerable. Hunter's alone on the B-bomb site, sorry, with the USP. But the big rifles are still in play here for Crazy on the A-bomb site. Esperanto in a very awkward position for an AWP. There's no counter flashes or anything. Nexus got a gamble. Everyone's crossed past the smoke apart from Twist, so there is some cover in that respect. Nexus won't be able to deliver, and all the big weapons are lost. Hunter, I don't think he'll be able to collect anything from this round, apart from maybe some bullet fragments. And fnatic will tie the score.
Yeah, at this point you start to worry if fnatic will just have Crazy at their mercy for the entire half. They had we saw a long take in this round. We've seen some more long takes in previous as well. That was something that we didn't see as much really from Crazy as much, like the fast long takes, all the flashes and so on. It seems to be a very key aspect to playing this map, and given that it's their map pick, I was surprised not to see more things like that. But fnatic have already shown us that they're willing to do that. Oh, might be almost a gun collected for Hunter perhaps, but it looks like JW will survive. And fnatic looking really solid at the moment, really confident. And Crazy on the struggle bus on the CT side. AWP out for Otto, but no Kevlar, no nades, ready to go with it either. And we'll see if they can find a way to get him into a position to succeed here. Curious if we'll see any timing picks towards long. Looks like no, but in fact it'll be a fast timing down suicide through to mid or catwalk here.
This is an opportunity that Crazy will not want to pass up. Twist has a nice angle, but his body might be exposed from a barrel peak, so he's got to be careful. See Hunter running past the angle, And look at this position from fnatic. CR4ZY are in a lot of trouble, but it seems that trouble might go away if they can take Brolin out as well. A quick boost, and they'll know that no one's going towards the B-bomb site just yet. And that can allow Letni to focus on the tunnel position. We've got Nexo on a very fast rotation. Starts to walk now, and I don't think he will be heard, but Brolan seems to be ready for it, so I suppose there were one too many steps. Great spatial awareness. And now maybe Otton tries to go top mid as well. You can see him moving down long, but he's just holding an angle. CR4ZY are very vulnerable. Everybody's just alone at the moment. Letni's facing a 3 versus 1. He's got a strong position by the barrels as long as he's still covered from CT, which he is, but he won't last very long. The dominoes start to fall, and Otton finds himself alone on long.
Yeah, another round that didn't really feel contested by CR4ZY. They're just having their way with them at this point on the T side. It's kind of what I talked about before as well, whereby you can get lots of momentum and get into the heads of the opponents and dictate the pace. And this is going much better than Train, that's for sure.
I suppose CR4ZY feared a rotation towards long after the frag top mid, which is why Otton just held an angle on the corner of long. But they're so isolated one by one. It seems they didn't really have an idea of where fnatic could be, like the bulk of fnatic. And that proved very costly.
And that's Dust2 for you. As soon as you lose somebody early, you are in a lot of trouble. The rotations are so incredibly punishing.
Well, maybe there is a third map in fnatic after all. Looking to get into a stronger position after that round. Mirage would be the decider. Should it go that far? I think there's a fair chance it might. The momentum now with fnatic tearing CR4ZY apart at the moment, and then it's another rough round for CR4ZY. AWP, hero AWP, and a bunch of pistols. The 5-7 has been dangerous in this series. Crim's trying to fall back after an exchange on short. Got a nice flashbang. In the meantime, Hunter is taken out. So there's a 5-7 gone, but there's still a Deagle, a Krieg now, and the AWP for Otton. He stands on the B-bomb site, but there seems to be a focus towards A for fnatic. So CR4ZY maybe feeling that fnatic are favoring the B-bomb site will set up to give Otton some cover. He can focus solely on the B tunnel. Esperanto's taken out, and I think he may, I mean, that could work as a bait. He didn't have much to fight with, so he's basically invited fnatic into this position where they might be going into the meat grinder. They're lining up for Nexo, but he's got to deliver the kills. There's a crossfire, doesn't last very long though, but this is turning out beautiful for CR4ZY. 1v1, the bomb's on the floor, and Otton has the angle. There are no grenades for Twist. He might have to walk into this, but Otton may change his position and reset the situation because he could be flanked. He doesn't know. What a beautiful play from CR4ZY, though. Esperanto's peak basically baited fnatic into that. But Twist is close enough to be able to rotate towards the A-bomb site. But Otton's halfway to short. That is a brazen plant from Twist. Great awareness from him.
He's hard to stop as well in these situations. Otto, is Twist surely must be looking towards this position. Yes, oh no, he pulls out, but it's just a USP in hand. Oh, now the AWP comes to bear for Twist. It's awkward, it's so very awkward. Otto, you can see that he's shaking his head. He knows that this is not a good situation to find yourself in, and Twist will escape towards CT, but if Otto somehow is able to cross, and he's baiting it.
Oh my God!
Oh, that is just awful to watch, isn't it? For both of them. No one's happy with that. Well, Twist is slightly more happy than Otto.
That's a really nervous round, but that was such an awesome play from CR4ZY. The awareness in that situation was really sick. Esperanto, obviously, he takes a risk by peeking, but it does pay off. There's a benefit if he walks out and gets fragged. fnatic are like, all right, this is all open now. Let's go towards B. The trap is laid. Works out really well for CR4ZY. Nobody coming from the tunnel for fnatic. They have a crossfire between CT spawn and B. They leave it to the 1 versus 1. Considering they started with a bunch of pistols and an AWP, that was a really awesome round to watch. But it wasn't enough. Another round in the bag for fnatic. And they'll take a timeout to consider their options. That was a pretty solid round.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to make those rounds work. Okay, and here it was. Beautiful stuff. Gosh. All right, well, it's going to be... I wonder if CR4ZY will be able to find a way to come back here. So again, so far, despite that round looking awkward for fnatic, they've overall been very comfortable. Very comfortable. Crazy only picked up a couple rounds, and of course, let's not forget they won the pistol. Then the following round against almost a full save, they almost lost that one. So it just hasn't looked good at all yet for Crazy on the CT side. I don't think they've had one great round yet to win a by rounds. I think looking to contact their way through onto the B-bomb site, perhaps. Otto should be able to do some damage here. He spots the arm, hits the shot, the second one as well. This is looking pretty bad for fnatic, but they will get the trade. And I think there's still time here to be able to make stuff work, but there is a flank that will be activated later by Exist.
Yeah, they seem doubtful though and non-committal, and maybe that's because of Exist's play. You've got to be careful with his shadow falling off now, but they are moving into the B-bomb site at the same time, looking for two. He spots one. There's a player by the door, however. Hunter trying to get something done. They've got to be wary about this this flank. There's a CT moving into the tunnel. They've got the Molotovs for a retake, but they've got to deal with Exist. He's dealt with. Now, there's two incendiaries here for Crazy, so the position under the window can be dealt with. Nexus slowly creeping forward. JW standing on the bricks. Will we see those mollies? There's one for Nexus to deliver, but he's going to take out JW and Brolan. Beautiful slow retake from Crazy, and this game of Dust2 is not over quite yet. Double orbs collected by Crazy, and they close the round difference to 1.
Nexus trying to keep his team energized. Yeah, that was an interesting one. Just walking into the AWP of Otto, I thought Exist's flank would be worth more there, but that is a beautiful break in the momentum of fnatic for the likes of Crazy. And that was as I mentioned actually at the start of that round, they hadn't really won a proper buy round yet, but that was the first one. So double orbs coming out now, Letney and Otto on the double orbs. Onto there with the quick incendiary, but it looks like Exist will still be able to make his way into long regardless. Nexus spots him and takes him down. That's pretty critical, and I like the confidence.
fnatic abandoning the long idea. Again, do you start to get nervous now? There is money in the hole, but it's not fantastic. Otton holding his angle. Oh, these peaks are just not working out for fnatic. Is it really worth it? They got so many flashbangs. The jiggles towards B cost them. The jiggles towards A have cost them in this round. And Hunter has a very unusual angle. Normally, you would expect to be able to walk out to this angle and be looking for somebody in CT spawn, abusing the shape of that wall. But that might be a colluded trajectory. JW will see that came from high. Now he's got the sound cues. Hunter getting greedy, but he still delivers the kill. That stops the B split. Now it's just a tunnel. 2 players for fnatic versus the 5. Again, they're just walking into these angles, which are being held by Crazy, and there's no response from fnatic. Twist has 45 seconds and a bomb to try and get something done. But again, when you know where that last player is, you can take liberties with the positions you take. Next, they're going through long doors, closing the options for fnatic. Twist can only be in so many places. Nexa need not push any further because, of course, he is the only person covering this area. He'll hear the scope, and now look at the Crazy. Moving through the tunnel, moving up mid. The net is closing. The angle will be checked. But there's another player close. He won't spot him. That's a beautiful shot from Twist, but again, it's 15 seconds, and it's a nice shot, but it's a lost round. And he may lose this AWP as well. Hunter's on the way, although the money's not great for Crazy, so they can't go too crazy on the hunt for Twist, who moves closer to the long doors. The score is tied, and the money kind of sucks for fnatic.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, for Crazy
right.
as well, it's not perfect. I mean, that was pretty big, those 2 kills from Twist. Great effort. Exist actually has $8,200, so he could drop something or 2 to get tactical balls out of fnatic. And indeed, their momentum's truly been broken here. It looked like they were dictating the entire half, but some fighting Crazy yet, and they are causing problems. And again, the Crazy, they won the first map. I can't really emphasize that enough. They were not supposed to win Train. It was fnatic's pick, but they managed to do so. Next, they're not happy. Crazy sitting in silence whilst the tactical for fnatic goes out, and we'll see now. AWP will continue on to Twist, of course. You saved it, and fnatic have spent basically all their money. So this is a pretty pivotal round because also Crazy has spent all their money. So this round is effectively worth 2 for the team that wins it, and that will put the team that wins it on 14. So pretty damn important round here.
Exist and JW had extra money to drop for their teammates. Exist spending almost $7,000 in this, sorry, almost $8,000 in this round. So the angles have changed for Crazy. They favored the barrel position here on his platform in the rounds prior, but Lenny will mix it up. One of the more unorthodox angles. Does he take a pot shot, though, through the smoke? You can really... I mean, there's a fair chance of catching a T if you just shoot through the smoke, but you might not want to reveal your position, and fnatic will look to burst, repositioning towards the flames. Lenny gets taken out without firing a shot, and there is the B bomb site. Surely this is a safe situation. The money sucks for Crazy, and they are all towards the A bomb site. So you never quite know with those smokes. Sometimes there's no one behind them. Sometimes there's an entire team.
And they really need to make sure they don't lose a single gun here. And I'm really worried that they will, because Nexa is... Oh my god, that looked like it was on from Twist. He's quite the sniper. They have to make sure they don't lose a single weapon. If they don't lose a single weapon, they can have a proper buy in the next round. But they're moving around so much, James. What a lot of teams will do is they'll basically hide at long, because it's very difficult to approach long. And you can lock down the doors as well. You can play from the pit. There's lots of like very favorable angles and ways to survive. But for some reason they were all trying to run towards T spawn, perhaps to try to get some frags. But really the most important thing is that they maintain some weaponry. They will be able to force it up here with a drop from Nexa and Otto. It won't be perfect though. One player will be left out. Might have to be a UMP or an MP9 for somebody. It's a Mag 7 for Hunter. Mag 7 on Dust2.
Don't see that every day. It is cheaper than it used to be, but unless you're standing on top of the stack next to the entrance to B, it is virtually useless. And that's exactly where he is going, it seems. Yeah, you can see on the radar. That's the only place we can really play that weapon. So if he's on the rotation, he will be more or less useless, unless he can pick something up on the way. fnatic trying to identify what their opponent might be up to. Otton's in a very forward position, and we've seen that fnatic haven't favored flashbangs for these positions, but Otton may be feeling a little nervous, will fall back to a more normal position. Broland starts to creep. He's been pretty damn good at the engagements. He'll just hold... There we go. So they've learned their lesson, fnatic, and there will be a flashbang, but the timing is such that Otton gets the kill regardless.
He's been pretty good at those.
But look how he instantly rotates the AWP as well. They expect it towards short, it quickly moves towards long. And there are 3 players standing here for fnatic, so there's a flashbang. I think he strafed just before shooting, otherwise surely that was another frag. He's got to fall back. His teammate's fallen in the pit. They can no longer hold on to that, and maybe that will invite them back towards that short position. They don't really know the status anymore, but Esperanto's on the way towards short. Otton with a nice angle, but Twist will catch him faster on the trigger finger. 35 seconds to plant the bomb.
Right eye peak though. Esperanto's got to save the day here with that M4. He needs to save the day, and in he comes. They're all blind. Esperanto takes them all out. That is so important. Oh my god. They needed that so badly.
$1 million flashbang from Hunter.
Yeah.
The Mag 7 was indeed useless on the rotation. Was cannon fodder for a round 1 by Crazy though, so...
The flash though. $200 to win a round. It's not that bad.
Flashbang was beautiful.
Bosh, oh my goodness. And Esperanto catching the headshot in the first play at the mid-air, that is really crazy. Good stuff there. And
He's like, yeah, I only had so much to do with that one. Maybe someone's on our side. Well, they haven't won it yet. And again, we start to see difficulty now for fnatic, but you can't count them out. They've proven that from round to round, where they've had rough situations, rough buys, they've lost plays early and still turned things around. But it's proving so difficult to get to that third map if they're able to do it. Crazy, very well equipped, though no AWP in this round. Triple AUG, so plenty of scopes. The Silence M4 and the AK-47. Twist will have a scout. We've seen plenty of scout headshots this week. Nothing doing on that occasion. They will line up for something towards long. Some early flashbangs, but the Molotov may deter them. Then again, perhaps not. Plenty of flashes here. That is a pain, though, that smoke grenade, and that might slow things down. There's a slight gap, but they can't walk through. They would be in the middle of that smoke. Gap's only good to peek from the other side.
struggle defending long for the likes of Crazy, but can they do it this time? Otto doesn't get anything there, but how much can Nexa do? 2 quick kills, that's 3 so far, but the trades come through. Still, though, the man advantage going in the favor of Crazy. They just need to make sure they can rotate successfully. But Esperanto, he's stuck in elevator. He can't get up onto the bomb side. Instead, it's going to be Hunter coming in from Catwalk. They'll have position. Oh my god.
They've got no smokes.
Whoa, all right. Okay, that was a fast one.
Yeah, they had no smokes. All they had was a Molotov. And he threw the Molotov to, well, I mean, there's an off angle there, of course, but maybe it helps with some kind of cover because it's hard to see through those depending on what weapon you have. But that was a rough round for fnatic. A great use, even with the smoke on the corner. There is a wall of smoke to isolate CTs, but they only had the one smoke on the corner to try and isolate them. But they were still able to work together. You can see Otton running wide with Nexa getting the first frags. Otton ran enough distraction, was able to assist, but again, out in the open, just not working out. A failed round for fnatic, and they are really on the ropes now.
Yeah, no kidding. This, again, granted nothing untoward happens. This should be 15 for Crazy. They should be able to lock that down. It's crazy that we've managed to come to this point. It's all boost and jump from JW, but I mean, they had a lot of success with this before with a Deagle or 2, and they have an AK now. So, and Crazy are very out of position. They are expecting a B play, and Otto, once again, he played this position before, and he got absolutely decimated because he's alone. This is really problematic. They're going to get the bomb plant. They're probably going to get a kill. Otto has to be absolutely perfect with this org, and he only gets 1. That's simply not good enough. And now there is a risk of losing the round entirely.
There's a chance. But these chances are better when most of the CTs are coming in from the low ground. That's not the case on this occasion. They have control of long. Nexa, sorry, Letney is coming to join Hunter, it seems. Or is he going towards short? If he goes towards short, that would be such a stronger position. They've shown presence on the low ground, but they're so well equipped to deal with this situation. A 2K from Esperanto, another flash assist from Hunter, and the numbers are running thin. They don't have the weaponry. Cribs has so much to do now. He's surrounded by 3 players. He doesn't have position, and there's match point for Crazy.
I was so scared for them because the last time fnatic won that ran that round, it was more successful than that with less. And it seems like that is actually a fairly strong way to go against Crazy. They don't have the best ways to defend those pushes early in the rounds, but it works out on the retake, which is fantastic. Esperanto doing some fantastic work into Catwalk. That was what it was all about, holding onto Catwalk for the fnatic side. And now, imagine the deflation and the dejection being in this position. At least they have a bunch of rifles exist stuck on the UMP, but everybody else looking in good shape. What a way to potentially go out if that is to be the case here. fnatic would never have expected this situation to be upon them.
I'd say it's a long way home for fnatic if they lose, but at least the motorways are fast in Germany. Moving into an aggressive position on short with 3 players. The bomb is in tow. Crims may have a slow rotation with the Krieg in the long position. He's got Nexa waiting for him, but Otton might need some help from Nexa. Looking to take the players out as they make their way towards the A-bomb site. The bomb is still in tow, and there's a long position held down. That's really key for Crazy, but look at the numbers. It's 2 versus 5. fnatic fighting for survival. Crazy fighting for something more. Creating some space. Crazy, you've got kits on most of the players. They're so well equipped for this retake. Again, coming in from every direction, from short, from long, from the elevator area. Esperanto taken out, but now it's Broland versus 4. We're asking a lot of the young lad. There's 1 kill. He's got a smoke to play with for a few seconds, but they're coming in from everywhere. Another one for Broland. He's made it 3, but he might find the 4th. There'll be a trade from Otton, and Crazy have done the improbable.
What a performance from them. fnatic had a horrible start to train, but I don't think they would ever have imagined not being able to recover. And Crazy, it looked like they were getting dominated on the second half. It looked like fnatic did too much on their CT side, but somehow, some way, this Crazy team, James, it's got some legs to it, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
That is an enormous upset, and that's got to be a crushing disappointment for fnatic after a difficult game of train. They had a solid comeback in the second half, but it wasn't enough. It was a little bit too late for them, and Crazy. It was a back and forth game of Dust2, but they managed to take it over the line. Some great stuff. Hunter's got to get MVP for flashbangs in the tournament so far. That was really beautiful. Such key frags there for Crazy. And a 2-0. They didn't drop a map in that series. That has to be, I mean, that's just a fantastic performance from them.
Yeah, I don't know where to begin with it really. I think for both teams as well, there was elements where there was some sloppiness here or there, but ultimately the fact that they held their nerve, the fact that for example Otto there doesn't choke one or two of those shots, the fact that they remained focused the entire time, really impressive.
Absolutely, and I do believe we are going to an interview with Sue.
Thank you as always, guys. Wow, congratulations, Nexa. It was your tournament life on the line, and you were taking on a veteran team like Fnatic. They have 3 former major champions, and going up against a team like that, winning 2-0. What is that like?
This is absolutely amazing. But I also, from the start, I knew that we were going to win. I just believed in us so much, and I knew that we were ready for it. It was just unfortunate that the game against North, we just didn't show up. I don't think we actually felt the pressure yet, and we didn't actually realize that we are here and we are like 2 potential wins away from going to the major, you know, and it didn't actually hit us until after we lost. And now that it's an actual elimination match, you know, everyone just took it way more seriously, how they should, and everyone just showed up today, and I'm so happy that we won.
Well, as you mentioned, it was a totally different Crazy that showed up today. Let's start with Train. It was such a great first half, but then Fnatic did their thing where they started to get a little bit of momentum going, and then it became a much closer game. So was there any worry that potentially they could bring it back all the way?
Yeah, definitely there was some worry, you know, especially from me. But just looking at the score, we had a perfect CT side, you know, we played so well and everything was on point, but then we just like looked at the score and we saw, oh my god, we're gonna take a map of Fnatic, maybe we're gonna beat them, you know, eliminate from tournament. And like people started being afraid, you know, not taking duels and playing passive and not doing what we agreed upon. But luckily we took some good tactical pauses, and then our coach Emmy, he just you know, gave us the pat on the shoulder and said, you got this, boys, just believe in yourselves. And then we got some crucial rounds and we closed it out.
And Dust2 was such a fun game to watch, really neck and neck the entire time from the first half to the second half. Really close games. How did it go?
It was just a straight up brawl, just round after round. Everyone was just hitting crazy shots and doing crazy plays, and it was a tough game to call and even tougher game to play. You know, you could never know what to expect from either team. We were just all over the map, going B, going A, mid, short, whatever. Both teams were everywhere, and I think we both played a great map, you know, Ben. I'm just happy that we managed to close it out. It went in our favor.
Well, now you just have one best of 3 left if you want to make it to that major. It's going to be the loser of either Mouse Sports, or on the flip side, you have that chance of maybe getting revenge against North. So do you have a preference there?
I'm waiting for North.
Hey, we'll see if that's indeed the case. For now, congratulations once again. Back to you guys.